iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz.
They're obviously vastly different, but it's also all the same, thing. Like it's at the end of the day, for me as an actor, it's like you're just kind of trying to get to the heart of the character, the heart of the story, and tell the truth and to the best of your ability and bring as much of yourself to the role as you can. And so all of that's the same, but then everything else is obviously like very, very, very different. I mean, TV, it's like we had almost zero rehearsal time. Like you just kind of like get a script and shoot it and talk about it for maybe 20 minutes before you shoot it. And then this, like, we had a 6-week rehearsal process, which like kind of feels like nothing considering what we're doing. And then, you just do the same show over and over again, 8 times a week for however long the show gets to be on Broadway. So it's a pretty different experience. And for a live audience, so that's pretty different too. Yeah, I mean, it's not exciting anymore because I've talked about it and I take it to conventions with me, but I kept my, the last Flash ring that I used. And there's also a lot of stuff over the years that I kept. I mean, I've got like a Jitters mug from the, the coffee shop on the show, and I think over the years I kept, wardrobe stuff that they had duplicates of, like sweaters that I liked. Just, I think I have the very first pair of Converse that I wore as Barry, and like, it's so silly. Like they wouldn't let the logo be on the show, even though they're very clearly Converse. So like the star is just like Sharpied out, but like I know they're Barry's because they're covered in black Sharpie. And I've got other stuff too that I'll keep secret, but I kept a lot of stuff over the years. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if I can get micro with that. It's like just kind of the macro of doing it. It's like, it's just really doing this is scary every night. But that's what makes it fulfilling also. It's why I wanted to do this. I knew I'd feel nervous every night and a little uncomfortable. I've never really, I've talked about this a lot too, thought of myself as a singer, and I've had to kind of get over that mental hurdle because I know it is something I do, but I just compared myself to people that I look up to and I don't think I measure up to. So like I get in my head as a singer. So I like going out every night and just being like, well, I am a Broadway singer because all it takes to be a Broadway singer is to sing on Broadway, and that's what I'm doing. So that's pretty cool to get to do every night, but it's also scary. So that's the most challenging, daunting thing, but also fulfilling. Probably the same guy that was there at the end of the show, which was the Reverse Flash. I mean, yeah, he's never going away. If anyone that knows Flash lore, it's like Lex Luthor to Superman, where it's like, he's never going away. And I don't want to spoil too much if you're watching from the beginning, but a couple different actors who are both legendary actors played that character on our show, and both were amazing. Trying to think if there's anybody else. And David Desmalchin is actually one of my favorite actors. If you don't know who that is, look him up and you'll recognize him. He's in everything, and he's such a good actor. And he played Abracadabra on our show, and he's great. I always loved working with him. I just talked about this show the other day, and I think it should be revived, and that's Urinetown. If you don't know Urinetown, you got to listen to Urinetown. That's a revival I would like to take a stab at if anyone's looking. Yeah, I never saw that show, but I knew the soundtrack pretty well in college, and which one's Emmett? Was that Christian?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I love him. Never met him. I just think he's so talented, and I would love to play that role. I think I did a number from that in college, though. I wouldn't recommend watching on YouTube because I can't imagine I'm very good at it. But it was the other male role. When he's like breaking up with her, and it's like so funny, and she thinks he's proposing, which is such a funny concept. But I probably am more of the other character, right? More the type of the other character. I remember loving the music from that show, but I've never seen it. But I'd be open to doing it for sure.
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz.